Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone, and hi, I'm Noreen. Today I'll be sharing with you a topic which is known as the knowledge transfer. A lot of people ask me what is knowledge transfer and how it is different from knowledge sharing. The key point about knowledge transfer is that it's a conveyance of knowledge from one person to another or one team to another, and you have an intended audience or intended recipient. Knowledge sharing, you don't really care about who you share with. For example, you share in Facebook, blog, website, Twitter, Instagram. You don't really care who will be benefiting from those content. However, in knowledge transfer, you really transfer knowledge to a person or group that need that knowledge. Other than that, there are three key things that you need to know about knowledge transfer, which is very important. The three things would be, you need to know who are the intended audience, number one. Number two, the nature of the task, whether it's routine, non-routine, or complex. And the third key point that you need to know before transferring knowledge is that the type of knowledge involved, which could be tacit or explicit. So these are the key things that you have to identify. Why you have to identify these three key points is because knowledge transfer does not have one-size-fits-all method. Because depending on the situation, depending on the types of knowledge, and who are the recipient. Therefore, Dixon in 2000 mentioned that there are 5 types of knowledge transfer strategy. There are 5, which are number 1, serial transfer, near transfer, and then the third one is known as the far transfer, and the fourth one is known as the strategic transfer, and the last one is expert transfer. So these are the 5 knowledge transfer strategy that we're going to cover after this. So the first one, let's take a look at serial transfer. What is serial knowledge transfer? It involves the source team and they are also the receiving team. So the key word here is that the key point would be the same team will be then getting the same knowledge, only that they're doing the same task but in a different context. So that's the idea of serial transfer. For example, you can see the application developer team develop a system for manufacturing company in Miri, and then they also use the knowledge and transfer the knowledge to develop another system for an automotive company in Johor. So the advantage would be it will actually decrease repetition of any mistakes, and then increase efficiency in terms of speed and the quality because they have experience. Team A is going to do it in another location, in another company. So that's serial transfer. Next, the second type of knowledge transfer strategy is known as the near transfer. So what is near transfer? The key point would be it involves transferring knowledge from a source team to another team doing similar tasks but at a different location. Those are the keywords. For example, the assembly team in China are required to transfer the knowledge on how to assemble the keyboard to another team in Korea. So the team in Korea received the knowledge transferred by team in China on how to assemble keyboard. So this is where the knowledge transfer is being transferred from one team to another doing similar tasks but at different location. It usually involves largely routine work, repeating work, one location to another, so that the advantage will be a potential cost saving. So you don't have to send them for training and all that. Third type of knowledge transfer strategy is known as the far transfer. What is far transfer? The key point would be it involves tacit knowledge in this case, and then there's source team, there's receiving team, and it involves very non-routine tasks. For example, project team A completed a project in designing windmill for pumping water to drain land for agriculture. Then they are assigned to transfer the knowledge on principle of turbine to project team B, while project team B learn knowledge from team A on principle of wind turbine to design wind turbine for generating electricity. Can you see it's a two different project, but principal knowledge are the same, but they have to design two different things. One is to generate electricity, one for agriculture. So the advantage would be leveraging on very specialized and critical knowledge for two different projects. So that's going to be the advantage of FAR transfer. So let's move on to the fourth knowledge transfer strategy known as the strategic transfer. For strategic transfer, the key point would be it involves collective knowledge. A lot of knowledge that come from different sources. For example, these senior level managers in a company or in a bank are required to sit together and brainstorm about knowledge regarding their strengths, weaknesses, opportunity and others. They have to brainstorm, come up with a collective knowledge and transfer it to a team of decision makers that will make decision on bank merger. So can you see that? You can see that it's involved collective knowledge transfer to another team of decision makers, and then it involves very critical knowledge for decision making. Very infrequently happen, but very critical to the whole organization. And the advantage would be, in this case of strategic knowledge transfer, is that they develop knowledge rather than taking advantage of just current knowledge. They develop more new knowledge for the whole organization. So that's the fourth knowledge transfer strategy. Let's go to the final knowledge transfer strategy, which is known as the expert knowledge transfer. The key point would be it involves technical knowledge. Usually they seek the experts who are very experienced for knowledge. For example, a technician emailed the network department asking about how to increase the brightness of outdated monitors, IBM monitors which are outdated. Then there are 7 experts who provided answers on the method to actually increase the brightness of the IBM outdated monitors in an electronic forum. So they transfer the knowledge to these young IT technician guys, because these are the people who are very experienced. So the knowledge that involved are tested based on their experience, and it's very, the key point would be very technical question for the to help another group of people. So I would like to summarize. We have covered 5 types of knowledge transfer: serial transfer, near transfer, far transfer, strategic transfer, and expert transfer. And from this table, you can see that who are involved. In the second column, you can see who involved, the nature of the task, whether it's routine, non-routine, and the type of knowledge involved, whether it's tacit or explicit. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, 3 things for knowledge transfer to happen, and to choose which type of knowledge transfer strategy, you need to know who are the intended recipient, and then nature of the task, the third column, and the last column, which is about the type of knowledge. So these are the 3 important key points that you have to remember. Then choose the right type of knowledge transfer strategy. So again, we have covered serial transfer, near transfer, far transfer, strategic transfer, and the final one would be expert transfer. So just for your information, that beside Dixon, there are other books and other authors which come up with different types of knowledge transfer strategy. For example, Awad and Ghaziri, they have collective sequential transfer, explicit inter-team transfer, and tacit knowledge transfer. But probably we'll cover it another time. So with that, thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.